Viewers, it started with tribal gunmen and a checkpoint clash. Now it's increased to airstrikes, mass graves and major powers circling in that area. We're talking about Sweida, a minor sectarian feud that has exploded into a battlefield. You can see that. Those are mass graves that are there. What happened here? It was a local blood fuels global agenda. That's essentially what happened. Israel said that it's actually protecting the Druze community. It calls them their brothers. Then came Turkey, which is threatening the autonomy seekers. Then Iran and Russia are playing shadow games, even as thousands of civilians are caught in that crossfire. I'm going to put that map for you, viewers, to understand where exactly is Sweida and where is it that multiple number of entities and stakeholders are coming to light. In very close to Damascus, where a tenuous truce is holding out for yet another day. Syria seems to be losing control and the world quietly looking at how to take this forward. We break down the war within the war and a dangerous new red line that nobody is talking about. I'm going to put that timeline for you, and why is this now something that's said to be the new flashpoint in Middle East. Let's put that out, viewers. First and foremost, Syria's government is fighting for control, for legitimacy. Al-Shara government has been there for less than a year. And right now, these clashes threaten its existence, its legitimacy. Next up, the Druze versus Bedouin issue is not new. As I said, one single issue, and it just became such a major flashpoint, a big trigger in the entire region. How this is going to pan out remains to be seen, because it is an old feud that keeps recurring again and again. 1,400 people have already died in this fierce urban warfare that has yet again surfaced in Syria. Then the bodies are piling up. Aid has also been blocked, but that entire region is where aid has actually been blocked. And Israel's role, as I said, it's actually said that it's defending the Druze community. It says they are their brothers, and which is why the Israeli bombing in that area further worsened the conflict and increased the tensions. As we tell you that there's a role that Turkey plays, let's move ahead and also tell you that civilians have actually feared permanent displacement in Dara shelters, even as sectarian rhetoric is actually rising in Syria. Now, why does all of this matter? It matters because it impacts the stability and even the existence of the Syrian government going forward. And what it means is possibility of a lot of people looking to actually move to some of the other border areas. And as the final thing is that the Human Rights Watch is that all sides have been accused of war crimes in this entire crisis. Viewers, as we decode this, let me also now tell you that there are bodies in hospital corridors, sniper fire on aid workers, and now a city that's holding its breath under a ceasefire that's holding as we speak, but no one knows for how long. The violence in Sweida is the latest flare-up in a centuries-old rivalry, reignited by power vacuums, sectarian fears, regional power plays. And this report is how we take you into the heart of a city that's battered by war, into a conflict that's shaped by history, identity, and of course, geopolitics. Take a look.
In the shadow of the southern mountains, the city of Sweida bleeds. The Syrian Arab Red Crescent says 300 bodies were counted in the city's main hospital, a facility cut off from electricity, water, and medical supplies for nearly 2 weeks. Aid convoys face sniper fire. The wounded are often left behind. Sweida, home to Syria's Druze minority, became the center of deadly clashes this month after a local dispute escalated into full-scale violence between Druze militias and Sunni Bedouin tribes. Government troops soon intervened, claiming to restore order, but civilians say they brought devastation instead.
زرنا المشفى الوطني بالمدينة السويداء. الوضع سيء، نقص كبير بالمواد ونقص بالكوادر البشرية. البنية التحتية شوي يعني بدها دعم كتير كبير بالمشفى الوطني.
The conflict spiraled far beyond Sweida. Israel launched bombing raids on Syrian military positions, including the Ministry of Defense in Damascus, claiming to protect the Druze. Turkey, meanwhile, issued stark warnings to Kurdish and Druze groups, rejecting any push for autonomy.
אנחנו קבענו מדיניות ברורה, פירוז המרחב דרומית לדמשק מהגולן ועד אזור הר הדרוזים. זה קו אחד. הקו השני, שמירה על האחים של האחים שלנו, הדרוזים בהר הדרוזים.
إن الأحداث الأخيرة التي şehidetها محافظة السويداء قد شكلت انعطافة خطيرة في الوضع الأمني والسياسي في سوريا.
Başkasının yardımıyla oluşturulmuş, kan üzerinde kurulmuş kaostan otonomi çıkarmaya çalışan, bağımsızlık çıkarmaya çalışan.
Israel, Turkey, and the US all have interests here. Israel favors a federated Syria aligning with minority groups like Druze and Kurds. Turkey demands national unity, threatening to intervene if minorities seek autonomy. The US is walking a diplomatic tightrope, urging calm, while quietly backing the Shara-led interim government in Damascus. This is the latest flashpoint in a fragile post-Assad Syria, where ancient mistrust meets modern geopolitics.
Let's get your voice from Damascus. Robin Yassin Kassab, who's the co-author of Burning Country, Syrians in Revolution, joins me on the broadcast to tell about whether or not the threat on the Druze community, the reason why this escalation has actually happened, is going to be a major issue going forward as well. How do you see that, Robin? And explain to us just how intense is the threat that this community feels, because that will explain whether or not this entire conflict is going to escalate from here on.
What every community here needs to feel safe and secure and at peace is accountability. We need accountability we need every criminal, whatever their sectarian or political or ethnic background, who commits a crime to be punished, and whoever their victims are. So I think that's what people need from the new government. We need to know that those who commit crimes will be punished, and that accountability will deter people from committing crimes against others. And we also need the militias. There's so many militias: Druze militias, Bedouin militias, Kurdish militias, Islamist militias, so many militias in this country. We need them to be disarmed, and that's a slow and gradual and difficult process. And we hope that we can manage to disarm these people and prove that accountability will exist and calm things down before these conflicts escalate further.
All right, that was a voice from Damascus to tell you the number of stakeholders that are actually there and the reason why Syria remains on the edge.